Judah arranged for his first son heir to marry me. He was wicked. He treated me badly. Our marriage was short because he died young. Judah then passed me on to his second son, as was the custom. Onan's duty was to give me a child that would bear his dead brother's name. However, Onan was not willing to have a child who would not be his own heir. So whenever he had intercourse with me, he spilled his semen on the ground. So of course I couldn't conceive. I begged him desperately, but he simply laughed at me. He said he would never give me a child to bear his dead brother's name. He also died. Then Judah told me to go back to my father's house and remain a widow there until his son Shelah was old enough to marry me. But I never heard from him again. I was a widow in my father's house for a long time. Shelah was a grown man now, old enough to be married. I came to realize that Judah never meant to give me to Shelah as a wife. I was desperate to escape the life that awaited me as a twice widowed woman. There was no hope for me. No man would marry a twice widowed woman. They will see me as bad luck and fear the same fate would happen to them. With no child to take care of me, I was doomed to live in my father's house until he tired of me or he died. And then I would be at the mercy of my brothers. I was desperate, and the plan I was about to carry out had been on my mind for several years now. I came up with it when it became clear that Judah never meant to keep his promise. I told no one, not even my sister-in-law Orpah, who was my only friend and confidant in my father's compound. I knew this was my chance when my father told me that Judah was coming to a nearby town, Timnah, to shear his sheep. He complained bitterly that Judah had conveniently forgotten his obligation to provide Shelah as a husband to me. I heard him complain bitterly to his friends that Judah was rich and powerful and he did not have the influence to make Judah do the right thing. His family is powerful and I don't have the influence with the leaders to get justice for my daughter, he had said. I listened closely to hear the day and place Judah would be coming into town. I learned that his wife died several years ago, and I was ready to take my chances with my plan. I woke up before anyone else at daybreak and snuck out of my father's compound. I changed my clothes in a nearby bush and dressed as a prostitute and covered my face with a veil. I walked the 5 miles and sat at the entrance to the village of Enaim, which was on the road to Timnah. Anyone going to Timnah was sure to pass by this way. Judah was sure to pass by. I sat by the road all day. The sun was about to set and I was thinking I had wasted my time. I was about to head back since it was an hour's walk home when I saw a well-dressed man with a walking stick at a distance. I crossed my fingers. I prayed to God that it was Judah as he drew closer. I saw Judah. He was much older, but he had aged well. He was still very good looking, with the looks his 3 sons had inherited. Sure enough, Judah looked my way and paused for a moment before approaching me. I held my breath, praying to God that my plan would work. It was a big gamble. I was afraid, but it was better than doing nothing. At least this way, I was taking action to secure my rights. From my appearance, Judah assumed that I was a prostitute, and he propositioned me. "Let me have sex with you," he had said. He did not recognize me. "How much will you pay to have sex with me?" I asked. "I will send you a young goat from my flock," Judah promised. "But what will you give me to guarantee that you will send the goat?" I asked. "What kind of guarantee do you want?" he replied. "Leave me your identification seal and its cord, and the walking stick you are carrying." I was afraid I was asking too much, and that he would laugh me off and go his way. But he handed me these items without question. He had intercourse with me. I prayed fervently through it all. Afterwards, I went back home, put on my widow's clothing and waited. I never went back there. I didn't care for the goat. I had what I wanted. The plan had gone perfectly. The rest was left to El Shaddai. I prayed, God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, see my affliction. Judah has denied my right. Make a way for the promise to continue through me. God, you are righteous and just. Vindicate me. Meanwhile, Judah sent his friend Hira to deliver the young goat so that he could get back his deposit from the woman, but his friend couldn't find her. So he went back to Judah and said, I couldn't find her. Even the men of that area said, there is no prostitute there. Then Judah said, let her keep what I gave her, or will become a laughingstock. After all, I did send her this young goat, but you couldn't find her. When I missed my period the first month, I was afraid to rejoice. But the second month, I knew I was pregnant. My heart was bursting with joy and gratitude to God. I was also very afraid because the penalty for fornication was death by burning or stoning. I guessed deep down I knew Judah was a man of integrity and that when confronted, he would do the right thing. If I was proved wrong, though, I would die and shame my family. At about 3 months, I couldn't hide the pregnancy any longer. My belly was unusually big for 3 months, so that it showed that I was pregnant. Even my closest friend and confidant, Orpah, wouldn't talk to me. No one wanted to be seen and associated with me. They told Judah, Tamar, your daughter-in-law, has acted like a prostitute, and now she is pregnant because of it. So Judah ordered, bring her out to be burned. As they were dragging me out, I gave the items to Orpah and begged her to go to Judah with this message. The man who owns these things made me pregnant. Look closely. Whose seal and cord and walking stick are these? As I stood before Judah, I held my breath and prayed he would do the right thing. I let out my breath when I heard Judah acknowledge them and say, she is more righteous than I am because I didn't arrange for her to marry my son Shelah. He took me back to his house as his wife from that day, but we never consummated the marriage. He never came near me again. I went on to have twin boys, Perez and Zerah. Judah ignored my existence, but my sons grew up strong and successful, and they took good care of me. I was a widow with no social or economic protection. I was trapped in an unfair system. I was denied my right. I did not throw a tantrum. I planned strategically and protected evidence. My actions were not about lust. They were about survival and justice in a system that failed me. I risked my life to claim what was rightfully mine, and my boldness secured my place in history. My son Perez will go on to become an ancestor of King David and Jesus Christ. My story is about justice, accountability, and redemption. God cares about justice for the vulnerable. God honors courage, especially when it confronts injustice. Moral double standards will always be exposed. Judah learned humility and owned his mess when exposed, and God advanced his plan through both of us. If this story has touched you in any way, click on this video here for more stories like this. Thanks for watching.